Known as the City of Canals, Venice is one of the most picturesque and romantic cities in the world. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we look at the things to know before you go to Venice. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at the best time to visit Venice. So September to November is the best time to visit Venice because the weather is pleasant and there are a lot less tourists. Avoid visiting in July and August as these are the busiest months in the city, whilst the winter is a good time for those visiting on a budget. Now let's look at the typical costs in Venice. So Venice is known as being a pretty expensive city to visit. Budget hostels cost between 30 to 50 euros a night, whilst a private room in a budget hotel will cost between 55 euros and 90 euros. Mid-range hotels cost upwards of 150 euros, whilst luxury hotels cost upwards of 300 euros. If you are travelling as a couple or group, you may benefit from renting an apartment, with these costing between 90 to 180 euros depending on the location and time of visit. Walking and water buses is the main way to get around the city, with ferry crossings costing 5 euros, unlimited travel cards being available for 20 euros a day, and of course walking is free. Food can be expensive in Italy in general, but you can get some good deals by picking up €4 croissants and coffee for breakfast and sticking to the street food items for €5 each. For dinner, make sure to head to small pasta or seafood restaurants for cheap options starting from €12. To save a little bit of money whilst you're in Venice, make sure to avoid visiting in the high season. Prices really do rocket up during this time, and stick to the water taxis. You do not need to get a private water taxi or gondola whilst you're in Venice. These are overpriced, and although they are very romantic if you're travelling as a couple, we just recommend sticking to the water taxis. If you plan on visiting Venice in the future, we recommend you hit subscribe because we have a Save Money in Venice travel guide coming up in the next few weeks. So now let's talk about getting there. So most visitors will arrive via the Marco Polo airport. From the airport, you can get a one-way bus or aerobus for €8, a private land taxi for €45, or a shared water taxi for €27 per person. Before arriving, we recommend you work out the best option depending on where your hotel is. So now let's talk about getting around. So Venice has a transit system consisting of buses and water buses. So travel cards, like I mentioned before, are available for up to 7 days for those looking for unlimited travel. Private water taxis are also available to hire, and they do make for a romantic evening, but they cost between 80 to 120 euros. So now let's talk about the best things to do in Venice. So firstly, of course you have to visit the famous St. Mark's Square. This area of the city is historic and we highly recommend you visiting here. Also, make sure to visit the Grand Canal and visit the many famous bridges around the city. Of course, you are going to want to eat food. We recommend you checking out the gelato, all of the pastas, all of the pizzas. You will find some amazing restaurants in Venice, and we highly recommend you opt for the restaurants that are further away from the tourist attractions. So we hope you have an incredible time in Venice. Let us know what you're most looking forward to doing in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Take care guys, stay safe, and until next time, stay creative.